Yes, you. Welcome to the You're Not Getting Any Younger podcast, a podcast for people who want to disrupt their lives for a good reason, to make it count. I'm your host, Jen Glantz, and every week I'll drop a new episode with stories from real people just like you, who woke up one morning and decided to make big changes, starting with small things. We'll cover topics like entrepreneurship, love, failure, and self-care. Hey, you're not getting any younger, so let's make this an adventure. Ready? Meet Pipedrive, the CRM platform that helps you grow your business in just 4 easy steps. I gave it a try, and here's how it worked. First, I set up my pipeline, which is just a visual representation of my entire sales process and where I'm at with all of my potential clients. Then it let me mark my sales activities and actions to help me schedule what to do next. It helped me track my progress and my goals just like a coach would. And finally, the analytics help me figure out how to optimize and grow. It's simple to use because it lets you visualize and customize your sales pipeline, schedule reminders so you never miss a follow-up, and even helps you forecast revenue so you can stay on track of your goals. There is no CRM tool like Pipedrive. It's recognized as a top-rated CRM tool and has earned over 6 industry-leading awards this year alone. Try it out today and get a 30-day free trial plus 20% off the first year. Click the link in the show notes and go ahead and give it a try. Hey, any youngers, it's me, your host, Jen Glantz, back with another episode of the You're Not Getting Any Younger podcast. I have a 3-month-old. How crazy is that to say? I have a baby who is 3 months old. I can't say that it's gone fast because that would be an absolute lie, but I can't say that it's gone slow. And I think that when we have any type of significant life change in our life, time goes out the window, especially how we measure it. It's no longer fast. It's no longer slow. It's just sort of like moldy and weird and hard to calculate and hard to express. But all I can say is that I am in a little bit of shock that I have a 3-month-old. I feel like very soon you're going to hear me say I have a 3-year-old, and that's just going to be completely mind-blowing. But I started to try to get back into more of a personal routine. You know, toward the end of my pregnancy, I had to slow down. The first couple months of having a baby, I had to slow down, and I am not a slow down kind of person. And with so many postpartum changes, it felt really good to me to start getting back into a routine, one that felt like me, that was me, like who I was before I had the baby. And a big part of who I am is somebody who has to move their body. And whether that's working out in a workout class or going for a walk, because I am such high energy and high emotion, I have to move around. I have to get that energy out of me. If I sit on the couch or if I sit at a desk all day, I don't get that creative energy flowing. I get sort of down. I don't feel like me. So last month, after a couple of months of not working out, I decided to go back to the gym. My body had to recover, so instead of going to the gym and lifting weights and taking classes, I took small walks and sat on the couch. And I wasn't upset about that. I was in a lot of pain after giving birth. I was uncomfortable. I was bleeding. I was tired. I needed the rest, and I took it whenever and however I could. But after I went to my 6-week appointment and my doctor gave me a check and was like, okay, you can go work out again. Of course, like don't run a marathon, but like you can ease back into it. I used that as a starting point, and I dusted off my sneakers and I headed to the gym to start working out. It turns out for me, the hardest part wasn't finding the motivation to go back to the gym because I was so excited to do that. So I was motivated. And it wasn't the fact that 3-pound weights felt like 30 pounds. It was realizing that the body that I was in was different. It was new. It had been through a lot, like a traumatic experience of giving birth, of pushing a baby out of you is like traumatic, and it's tough and it's painful. My body was changed forever after that. So working out felt harder than it ever had because my body was different and wildly and drastically different than it's ever been. So I find myself at this workout class for the first time in a very long time, staring at myself in the mirror, not being able to do even like a third of the workout moves and weights that people were doing around me. And I wanted to quit, but I didn't. I just sort of cried. It was really embarrassing. Like nobody could see me, but I was definitely shedding some tears in the back of that class because I was just like embarrassed and unhappy. And it made me think about this. Everybody in life is always trying to motivate you to start again. I'm so guilty of this. I'm always like, start again, try one more time, give it another chance. If it didn't work out, go back at it. Like that is my mantra, or at least that was my mantra. But it's only now that I'm living in this new body of mine, in this new life situation, that I'm starting to realize that's not how it always works. Because when you start again, you think it will feel like the last time you tried, but it won't, because you're different. The time is different. The situation is different. And when it doesn't feel like it did the last time, you feel odd and you feel sad. Who you are today is different than who you were the last time you tried something. So if you're trying again, realize that it's not going to feel the same. It might feel better. It might feel worse. It might feel different. It might feel super uncomfortable. So maybe before you rush into starting, you have that conversation with yourself. Whether you're starting to work out again, you're starting a new job, you're entering a brand new relationship, you're trying to be healthy, whatever it is, whatever you're starting that you started before in the past, before you even dive in, have that conversation with yourself, an honest one, and say, hey, things are different. Times are different. I am different, and that's okay. It's not that you're trying again. You're trying. You're not starting again. It will feel tough, but this version of you is way tougher than the last. Until next week, all my love, Jen Glantz.
Hey you! Thank you for listening to the You're Not Getting Any Younger podcast. There are hundreds of thousands of pods out there, so thank you for listening to this one. You can find the show notes for this week's episode up on our website, anyyounger.com. Subscribe, rate, and review the You're Not Getting Any Younger podcast on iTunes so that other ears around the world can listen too. Oh, and join our secret You're Not Getting Any Younger Facebook group, where over 1,000 people are talking about how to disrupt their lives, for a good reason, to make it count. Until next week, all my love, Jen Glantz.